Navi 21, otherwise known as Big Navi. Really, it's RDNA2, but I think Big Navi is a much cooler reference. The drivers for the current Navi cards, the RX 5700 and 5700 XTs, have definitely gotten better over the past 6 months.
Good.
Last year when they came out, they've now been out a year. They launched July of last year.
A year already?
Or they launched August last year. I forget which. They launched summer last year. So they've been out a year. The drivers have definitely improved. But of course, when they launched them, they weren't competitive with NVIDIA's top-end performance, which is why RTX 2080 Ti's are still $1,200, which is utterly absurd. But whatever. I'm excited for Big Navi for 2 reasons.
Okay.
Number one, it's an extension of the current Navi technology, which means hopefully, unlike like when the Vega cards came out and the drivers were never really very good because it was a different chip, I'm excited about Big Navi because it should be the current optimized Navi drivers, but just tweaked and improved.
Okay.
So if the stability is better at launch because it's a refresh of Navi and not a whole new architecture, whole new chip, then if we have better drivers at launch plus AI cores, plus ray tracing cores, plus performance that's competitive with NVIDIA's either top end or close to top end, this will be the first time in years that we've had competitive cards from both companies, and I'm excited to be able to... When is the last time I was able to compare high-end NVIDIA versus high-end AMD? Like, never.
Never.
In the past 4 years of this channel, never.
Nope.
When the 10 series launched in the summer of 2016, it was over.
Yep.
The 1080 and then the 1080 Ti, AMD had no counter to them.
Nope.
And then by the time they did, NVIDIA launched 20 series. And they've never had a... AMD has had $200 to $400 cards for the past 4 years.
Yes.
They have not had a $700 or $800 card for the past 4 years. And I'm excited to finally have a... Yes, they had the Radeon 7, which was pointless. And the Vega cards briefly almost looked like they might be competition, but they really weren't it. That's why I'm excited.
Yes. There's competition.
I love competition. Because if AMD can do with NVIDIA what they did with Intel...
Yeah. Only benefits us. Hold my beer. 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 Hold my keg. Hold my brewery.
So I'm excited about that. Now, as far as AMD working on the successor to Big Navi, how about we just start... I'm going to officially call it right now, Bigger Navi.
Bigger Navi.
The Bigger Navi. Well, of course they are. Yeah. Because Big Navi is basically tapped out at this point. They're starting production. It's going to be in the consoles this fall. The PS5 and the Xbox Series X have started production.
Yep.
Those are launching in 3 or 4 months.
Navi 31.
So those are winding down in development cycle, and now it's production, optimization, drivers, retail release. The R&D teams are now going full speed ahead on next year's card.
Yep.
Because they've always got to be further ahead. Mm-hmm. And so the fact that there are...
That's going to be tricky to try and test it and kind of keep it secret.
Well, that's why we know about this stuff a year in advance, because it's impossible to keep anything a secret.
Exactly.
So I'm sure they've already mapped out what they're going to do with biggest Navi, Navi 41.
Woo, 41. Navi 69. Oh, did I say that?
But the fact that they are... See, here's the thing. It's in the driver code because they're working on research and development cards, and they're working on test hardware. They'll spend the next year tweaking it, optimizing it, but they've got to have drivers in order to do any of that.
Yep.
And that's why this shows up.
Exactly. So
I'm excited that AMD appears to be getting serious about video cards again, because look, the GTX 1080 Ti is one of the best values in cards in the past few years, in the sense that it was $700, and it's still an effective card here years later and has multiple years left in front of it. The 2080 Ti, if it had been $700, would have been awesome.
Yes.
But it was $1,200.
Correct.
It's stupid.
Yep.
I don't want the 3080 Ti to be $1,200.
It's probably going to be more.
Well, that's dumb.
Yeah.
The market for $1,200 video cards is ridiculous.
Yeah.
The $500 card should be the awesome, amazing 3-year 1440p card, and the $700 or $800 card should be the 4K 3-year card.
Yes.
Anyway, So I'm excited about this. I am excited that AMD is... What's Chet saying?
Preston says he's Spanish. So grande Navi, or he's in Spain.
What do you think about all this?
I think that we have some real competition coming. So it's going to be... Do we think we might see Navi 31 soon after Navi 32? Well, they need a little bit of time to test it. If they bring it out too close, it kind of runs over it. Why would you spend all that money to bring something out to go, oh, we got something new? That doesn't make sense.
What, you mean like the ridiculous XT chips?
Yeah, XT chips, yeah. And why are they calling it an XT chip when their graphics cards are XT? That makes no sense.
It's confusing.
Yeah.
No.
Don't do that. Stop that. All right, what's our next one?